Everybody, it is Monday, April 27th, 2020. We are back for our 26th, 27th video of the month. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video tonight, and if I was going to try and start off what I had referenced last week about our content calendar. I'm going to do something like Marketing Mondays or Motivation Mondays, or I don't know, something catchy to go for with Mondays, but I actually wanted to touch on something that I think we're all actively aware of. We're passively following what's going on with each of our respective states and what's going on with the reopening of the economy and where we all stand with that. I actually saw this shared from one of my longtime friends, Holly Shapizi, who is an assemblywoman for District 39 up in North Jersey. And I follow her a lot on a lot of the things that have to do with New Jersey governance and politics. I know I've said that I'm not going to get too political, which I don't think this is, but this is just something I thought I wanted to touch on to kind of let you know where I stand and where hopefully I feel like a lot of people may stand right now with just wanting to get back to normal. So Governor Murphy had his press conference today, and he laid out what he's calling the road back, restoring economic health through public health. It has 6 key principles, and the way Holly put it, she's usually pretty even-keeled and doesn't kind of lean too far one way or another, tries to keep a balance on perspective. But she said, my concern with this proposed plan is the fact that the items contained in the first 2 principles alone could not be achieved until a minimum of the end of May. For those of you who don't live in the New Jersey tri-state area, Memorial Day is historically or typically the kickoff, obviously, to our summer and beach and shore season. It is the lifeblood of probably half of the local businesses around here. They should already be open, like with a lot of places, but typically early April they start opening, and they stay open till after Labor Day into end of September and October. Right now, that prospect is pretty dim. And with these new 6 key principles laid out by the governor this afternoon, I feel a lot of people are going to grow more concerned about our road back to quote-unquote normalcy. 6 key principles. Governor Phil Murphy announced his vision, the road back, restoring economic health through public health to restart New Jersey and put the state on the road to recovery. Governor Murphy's stay-at-home executive order, which has been in effect since March 21st, will remain in effect in its entirety until further notice. The following 6 principles are key metrics which will guide the process for lifting restrictions and restoring New Jersey's economic health through public health. To say this concerns myself, along with other residents here in central South Jersey, along with the rest of the state, I think would be an understatement. I'm not going to go through all 6 of these principles, but basically it kind of outlines the fact that we would need to get tested, we would need to be monitored, we would need to be possibly tracer tracked. I'm not even sure what that involves. Isolating those who test positive. And it's only after we get through the first 4 principles that New Jersey will entertain the 5th principle of an economic restart for businesses deemed essential with the lowest risk of disease transmission. This is quoting the comments from Holly in the link she shared. So I think I don't speak for anyone or everyone in New Jersey, but I think I probably share the sentiment of a lot of us that I think we're all just growing tired of this, and we all just want to get back to normal, whatever normal is going to be in the future. But to say that this will remain in effect in its entirety until further notice, I think that gives a lot of people a lot more doubt than any type of reassurance or security that this is going to get better anytime soon. I'm hoping they're being overly pessimistic with the opportunity to be optimistic in the near future. Under promise and over deliver, as they say. So I'm hoping they're putting out a long timeline with the opportunity or prospect of being able to bring that date in closer. Because if we, and I say we as in New Jersey, can't get businesses open by Memorial Day, a lot of the businesses that are currently closed may never open again, and that's not being too short-sighted. It's not being too pessimistic. It's not being anything other than mostly realistic in saying with some certainty that if businesses do not open for Memorial Day weekend and are closed for even some or part of this summer, the New Jersey shore may never be what it is and what it was in months and years past. So I'm hoping that these 6 key principles allow us to get to a point where businesses can open and we can be back to normal sooner rather than later. But until further notice, like I said, it seems fairly dim in my view. Like I said, Holly Shapizi, Assemblywoman, District 39, she shared this link. I follow her. She represents much or most of Bergen County up in North Jersey. I'm longtime friends with her from growing up, her and her family. So that's where we stand right now. This isn't about politics, like I said. It's not left or right. It's not Democrat, Republican. It's just a concern for myself and my family's well-being. We're okay being home, but I fear for our kids, for the kids in their classes. They're missing out on 3 or 4 months of school that at such a young age really prepares them for that next step, going into the next grade next fall. We're doing as much as we can to help them with their online learning and their writing and their reading and writing their names and things like that. But they're missing that time with their friends, with their teachers, with the structure that they would get from being in the classroom setting. So other states are starting to open up. I understand the reasons why we would say we're going to delay in opening, but at some point the will of the people to want to get back to normal is possibly going to be stronger than the government telling us what we have to do. And this isn't any type of call to arms or rebellion in any way, but we need to get back to normal, and I'm hoping there are some signs that things will start to get back to normal soon, because like I said, we're pretty much certain, obviously, school is done for this year. If businesses don't open by Memorial Day, that's going to be real bad for the state. I just want to get back out and just not worry about having to go somewhere and wear a mask or gloves or anything like that. So that's about it for right now. Hopefully tomorrow and the rest of the week I can get back on schedule of whatever it was I was going to do. But once I saw what it was that the governor put out today, for my own kind of sanity, I needed to speak up and say something about it. So if you don't live in New Jersey, I apologize for boring you with all this information. I'm sure you're dealing with your own state's plan. If you live in one of the states that's starting to open up, please be safe, be smart. What I think people don't realize is even if the state says businesses can open and people are against that, what they don't realize is that if you're not comfortable going out, you don't have to go out. But some people need to, some people want to, some people want to get back to work. So we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks. We're just about the end of April, so we have just about 5-6 weeks left till Memorial Day. Hopefully things start to get better between now and then, and we can have some updated guidelines by the middle to end of May. So hopefully we don't have to get into anything like this anytime in the next few weeks, but if we do, we'll be back with some more information. But hopefully tomorrow, back to your regularly scheduled programming, and we'll see you later. Thanks a lot.